Good morning, good evening, good night. No matter where you on this planet, I'm sending you love and light. Check me out. I look a little rough. I get on here. One of the first comments I see is one of my followers. And they've gone through a self-isolation because of preconceived notions as to who they are based off of bad genetic conditions and other life conditions that happen to them. So the teeth is rotted out. And because of how they look, because of certain physical scarring, people pass judgment on this person, right? Because of the scarring, because of the rotted out teeth, one can form the conclusion, okay, this person must have done drugs. If they're in a bad situation, they must have put themselves there with their habits. That's not always the case. Sometimes people do have gingivitis. Sometimes people do have bad health conditions. And I've actually come across people who have actually been in bad car accidents, got scarring, had messed up teeth from the car accident. No, they didn't have a good diet. They probably should have brushed their teeth more. But because they ate a lot of junk food and other things, yeah, their teeth rotted out. Now, I'm not trying to be naive. I understand certain people do mess around, but not everybody is like that. Sometimes a person can look exactly like a thing, but has no type of history of that thing. And this is where you draw those preconceived notions and you start to project your fear onto this person. And then after you project fear, you project judgment. You start to make your judgment. Now, as you judge and assess the situation, you deal with them in an unrighteous manner. Judge not lest he be judged. I just want to say, don't judge a book by its cover. There are a lot of cliche sayings out there that I hate. This is one of them that it's actually real. Don't judge a book by its cover. Sometimes the cover of a book can be damaged, but what's inside of that book is actual gold. Sometimes the cover of the book can look like the exact opposite of the thing you're looking for, but what's inside of that was designed to help you and you alone. You have no idea, but it's our preconceived notions that can cause us to lose the blessing. It's our preconceived notions based in our fears and our ego that can cause us not to bless somebody else. To pass judgment. Judge not lest he be judged. Glory be to God, bro. Judgment be to God, bro. We're all supposed to be embracing each other with love. The only reason I'm doing this video is because when people come to me and they open up like that and then they do it publicly, I feel this compulsion, if it's powerful enough, if their pain resonates deep enough with me, that compulsion to speak on it will happen. And I am compelled. I am definitely compelled to speak on this judgment that we have for each other. We're all brothers and sisters, bro. We're all family, no matter who you are and what you look like. The game of life is to figure out how to connect everybody. We all got a source of power. We're supposed to be connecting, not making each other estranged from each other, not black sheeping each other, not outcasting each other, not judging each other. We ain't supposed to be doing that. I ain't God, right? Who am I to tell y'all what we supposed? But it's common sense, bro. If you look at how many of your atoms need to come together to make you, energy, which you are, thrives better when it's around other energy. People thrive better when they're around other people, specifically like-minded energy, like-minded people. To self-isolate or to have the world isolate you is unnatural on a long enough timeline. There are spiritual reasons for isolation, true. But when it becomes a self thing, when it becomes a community thing and not a God thing, and it's always a God thing. God's always in the midst. But when it's not specifically designed by God might have created the potentiality of it. But God didn't necessarily design these sets of circumstances for you to go through. Sometimes our decisions and other people's decisions, because we operate in free will, create messed up situations that God really didn't intend for us, but God will allow to pass because God sees the gold at the end of the rainbow. You understand? We got to start walking in spirit. We got to start walking in spirit. Understand that, your isolation might not be fair. It might be a judgment. It might be preconceived notions surrounding it. But God has a plan. God has not left you. And ultimately, you are human, so you do need people. So realistically, you just need to find your tribe. You need to find a group of people that accept you and won't judge you, who will embrace you, who will love you, who walk in spirit and they see the light. They see the light in you. That's what people need to do. If this is you, if any of y'all are going through a self-isolation, self-imprisonment from society, out of the fear of the judgment of others because you're tired of explaining yourself, hit the like, comment, and subscribe on this channel. You got family here. We don't do that judging here. We embrace all here. We're all about positive perspective. And by positive, I mean we acknowledge the dark, but we channel the light through the dark. That's the point of this channel. Positive perspective, love, connectivity, rebuilding this planet stronger, increasing the psychology of people outside of the carnal mind into the spiritual mind. It's a spiritual realm we live in. Being human is a spiritual experience. It's really not physical at all. It just looks like it. Be careful with illusions you embrace. Sometimes the image that people are walking around with, the image that the universe commissioned upon them, it's the exact opposite of what their soul is. Keep that in mind. Sometimes it's just how a person looks. They could be the best person on the planet. They might look grimy. They might look dirty. But they not. Not everybody. Sometimes God got spiritual protection on these people to blind your judgmental ass. Because that person might have a higher purpose than you, yet you're forming a preconceived notion and you're judging. Like you got that type of authority. You got that type of free will. But none of us have that actual authority to judge, bro. That's wrong. Do you understand? All right, I'm going to wrap this up with my mantra. Good morning, good evening, good night. No matter where you on this planet, I'm sending you love and light. I'm gone.